Hey there, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jackie Neese, and I am a tarot reader and life coach whose mission is to help you create a life that lights you up. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that is reconnecting with yourself in midlife. Anyone else lose touch of who they are around their 50s? If you've been feeling like you've lost touch with who you are after years of putting everybody else first, you're not alone. So many women especially realize they've been living on autopilot for years and years, putting everyone else's needs first, taking care of everything else, and putting themselves last. But it's not your fault. We are conditioned to believe that in order to be a better partner, a better friend, a better parent, a better worker, that we have to put everybody else first and others' needs before our own. But what happens when you wake up one day and have no idea who you are? The kids move away, maybe your partner has moved on, or whatever it is, empty nest, career coming to an end, retirement. What happens when you wake up and realize, I have no idea who I am without XYZ to do things for? I'm getting close to that space. My daughter is 20, almost 21, and she has no plans on moving out anytime soon, but she's got a steady boyfriend, and they talk about, getting a place together. And I was thinking the other day, who am I? She's on a little long weekend right now with him. He goes to school far from here, so she went to go spend his birthday with him. And I was sitting here the other day thinking, wow, it's so weird, like, not to have her around to do things for. And who am I? What do I like? What lights me up when she's not around? It was a weird place to be in. And I realized this is something that I need to talk about because so many of you are feeling the same way, I'm sure. So let's dive in. So the good news with all of this is it's never too late to reconnect with yourself. It truly isn't. You don't have to make big, massive, elaborate changes in your life. You don't have to, do anything big. It's little things, and it's ultimately learning to listen to yourself again, learning to listen to that small voice within yourself that knows you better than anyone. And today we're going to talk about how to do that. The first step is to get quiet. We are so inundated with daily noise of work and family and social media and scrolling and all the things that keep us engaged in activity constantly. But we need to get quiet. I mean, when was the last time that you sat in silence to just be? Try this. Take 5 to 10 minutes each day to just sit quietly. I know that sounds scary. 5 to 10 minutes can feel like a lifetime. But try it and see what emotions, what comes up for you. Just sit with your thoughts. Let them flow in, let them flow out. Do some deep breathing. You don't have to meditate or anything. If you want to, that's fine. But just sit and be quiet. No phone, no TV. Put everything aside and just be. If 5 minutes sounds too long, try 3 minutes. Try 2 minutes. As long as you can, to just be quiet and not have something to do or somebody to tend to. See what comes up for you. Ask yourself, what do I really need right now? What do I need? And listen for the answer. Listen carefully. You'll get an answer. If your mind starts racing, that's okay. Let the thoughts come in and go out. The goal here is not to stop your thoughts. That's not going to happen, no matter how hard we try. The goal is to notice them and let them flow. But the more you practice getting quiet and centering yourself, the more these thoughts are going to stop racing so much, and they're going to float in so that they can give you signals of what your body and your soul need. When you pause long enough to listen, you'll start to hear your own voice. And it might be faint at first, it might be just a whisper, but giving this practice will help you to hear that voice loud and clear. And if sitting feels too much for you, if you're like, I can't sit still for 5 or 10 minutes, or even 3, take a walk. Do like an intentional walk, and notice the sounds around you. Feel the ground under your feet. Smell the air. Really be present with yourself in that moment, and feel whatever comes up, and listen for that inner voice. A lot of times in nature, you get a lot of divine downloads and ideas and whispers from your inner voice that are guiding you. And nature is a great place to get those things. So I highly recommend, especially now, and especially in my neck of the woods, winter is slowly coming to an end. And spring is starting to show itself a little bit. And now is a great time to start taking advantage of that. Get outside, breathe some fresh air, and see what kind of clarity you can get. Because the ultimate goal here is not to have everything figured out, not even close, but it's to make space so you can find the clarity that you need. The next thing is to connect with those things that make you feel truly alive. I'm not talking about what makes you feel more productive or what other people think that you should do. I'm talking about those things that truly bring you joy and light you up. I want you to think back to a time when you truly felt yourself. Maybe it was as a child, singing or dancing or painting or writing. When did you feel most alive? When did you feel like you were in your zone? For me, it was, we had a camper. We would go camping, and we would keep it in our yard when we were home. And that was my hangout. That was where I went to be with myself. And I would take my journals, my notebooks, magazines, books, my typewriter. God, I loved my typewriter. And I would write stories and poems, and I felt so much joy and freedom from doing those things. So think back to when you felt that way. It might have been as a child, or it might have been adolescence or early adulthood. Whenever it was, think back. And then I want you to write a list of 5 or 10 things that used to light you up. It might take some thinking, but you can come up with 5 or 10 things. And then ask yourself, what did you used to love doing as a child? What's something you used to make time for, but stopped for whatever reason? Life got in the way and you stopped. What was that? When was the last time you laughed so hard that your stomach hurt? Who were you with? Think back on that time and write that down. And lastly, when was the last time you felt genuinely, truly at peace? Really think about that. When was the last time, before the busyness and the noise and all the things and the to-do lists got in the way, when did you last feel like you could breathe and you felt like all was well with the world? Write that down. Now, I want you to choose one thing from that list and commit to doing it this week. See if you can get that little piece of you back. Do that one thing that used to light you up, make you feel joyful and peaceful. Joy is not a reward. It's your birthright. You don't have to earn joy by being productive. You get to enjoy it just because. Think about that. You don't have to earn joy. You don't have to earn peace. Those things are your inherent right. Next, we want to redefine our identity. So, here's the truth. So many of us define ourselves by our roles in life. Mother, father, employee, business owner, volunteer, whatever hats we wear. We define ourselves by those things. And again, you may have felt this for years and decades because everybody relies on you to be the go-to, the one that's going to take care of it all. And what happens when the kids grow up and leave, or whatever it is that you've been taking care of all these years goes away or becomes self-sufficient? What do you do then? Who are you? So journal these things. If I stripped away the titles, who would I be? What passions define me at my core? What do I absolutely love to do? And if you can't think of anything, you need to start there and investigate what things bring you joy. And if you have to, go back to that list of what used to bring you joy and rekindle some of those ideas in your head. What would life truly feel like if it was aligned with your soul? What would you be doing? Who would you be? How would you feel? Maybe you want to pick up a new hobby. Maybe you want to start painting or writing or knitting, whatever it is. Maybe you just want to feel more connected and more at peace in your life. This isn't about reinventing yourself. It's about reclaiming who you really are. Try this if you feel like it resonates with you. Create a soul vision board. This isn't a regular vision board where you put up things that you want to have, glue a bunch of pictures to a board, and this is what I want. I want a new car, I want a new house, I want $1 million, whatever it is. This is images, words, quotes that define how you want to feel. And there's a big difference from what you want to how you want to feel. Because it's never about the thing. It's never about, I want a new car. No, you want a new car because of how it's going to make you feel. I want this new house. No, you want it because of how it's going to make you feel. whether it's status or freedom or whatever it is. Tune into how you want to feel and find images and words that correspond with that. You are not what you do for others. You are a whole, complex, and beautiful being, and it's time to reclaim that. Reconnecting with yourself in midlife isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about stripping away the noise so that you can get back to what matters. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to start listening to yourself, to that voice within, to figure out what it is that you truly need. If this video resonated with you, I would love for you to leave me a comment and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And I'd love to hear what's something you're going to do to reconnect with yourself. And drop it in the comments and let me know. And until next time, thank you so much for being here, for doing the inner work with me, and for choosing to create a life that lights you up. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.